It's Reverend Ahmondra, and I'm coming at you from the place where the original queens always speak their truth. I'm excited today because it is episode 5 in our series, Emotional Self-Care, Manifesting Your Greatest Self. For the last 4 weeks, we have been looking at behaviors and beliefs that have kept us from stepping forward, manifesting our greatest self. And today, I get to share with you 5 techniques and strategies that I have used over the last 30 years that have moved me forward in my life so that I have been able to manifest my greatest self. But before I introduce those techniques to you, I want to say this. Emotional self-care is totally different than just regular self-care. It is a journey. It's a process. And that's why I call my strategies and technique practices, because there's something that you do all the time, constantly. We are changing, and manifesting our greatest self is going to look totally different from years 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, up into our 90s. But it is not a spectator sport. You cannot sit in the stand and have personal growth and transformation and healing occur. You have to come out of the stands and get down on the court and play the game of life. But the great thing is you get to play it according to your rules. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. How do you create the best life for you? I believe that all individuals are in different places and different stages in life, and that the technique that works for me may not work for you. So today, you get an opportunity to pick and choose which one of these strategies are going to fit your life today. Strategy number 1 is update your emotional environment. You know, no one ever tells us that we have the power to change the definition of words. Remember in episode 1, we looked at the word that you were saying to yourself. Did you know you could change the definition of the words that you're saying to yourself? I learned this when I went into recovery. I was living in this place of fear. I was terrified I was going to use drugs in those early days of recovery. But what I was taught was that I could take that word fear, F-E-A-R, and change the definition. Instead of it making me feel scary, I could say that it was false evidence appearing real. And every time that emotion came up, I would just take a breath and say, you know what? This is just false evidence appearing real. And as the years progressed and I got older, I gave it a new definition. Today, that definition of fear is forgetting everything's all right. Sometimes our finances are out of whack and we might get fearful. But I just stop and say, I'm forgetting everything's all right. And I move into a space of calm. So today, I'm going to give you several words and give you new definitions. Let's look at the word anger. A-N-G-E-R. Accepting new growth, embracing resilience. That's a definition that you can use. What about the word hate? H-A-T-E. What if we said it was hearts aligning to embrace? That's a totally different connotation, one that could support you. Another word that many of us live with and it steals our energy is shame. What if we changed the definition of that word shame to a definition that empowered us, seeing hope and mercy everywhere? That can empower us and keep us from feeling low. The last word is sad. When you're feeling sad, how about you say you're having a spiritually awakening day? Changing the definition of words will update your emotional environment and allow you to stay in a space of peace and serenity. And if you want a really quick way to do it, just use AI Chat GPT. Tell Chat GPT to give you a powerful positive sentence. And in a matter of seconds, you'll have a new definition for that word. I put a link in the description. Now let's look at strategy 2. Self-discovery, personal insight, learning from others' journey. Sometimes the best way for us to begin to move forward is to look at how someone else did it. We get insight from understanding another's transformation and another person's healing. When I wrote the book, The Uncrowned Queen Reclaims Her Throne, When a Black Woman Breaks the Silence, I wrote it so that others could also look at my story and possibly gain insight into their own story. I deliberately put questions at the end of each chapter so that you could have it as a guidepost for yourself. So Second strategy, look outside of you so that you can have a roadmap that somebody else has already gone down that road. Strategy three is self awareness. Conduct a life assessment. We don't often have the opportunity to look at our life and see where it's in or out of balance. When you have a balanced life, you have an awareness of yourself and how you're relating to your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings. You also have an understanding of how you are relating to others. Are you relating to them in a way that's hurtful to you? Knowing when to say stop, knowing when to say go. When your life is in balance, you also have a powerful relationship with God, with the divine. As a minister, I often work with individuals who are holding on to beliefs that were given to them, but they no longer serve them now. When you begin to look at your life, you can create new belief systems. You can remove the ones that you're struggling with, and you can create a balance that works for you. Self awareness is very important. As a certified assessor, I have a simple life assessment profile that you can take, and the results from that simple assessment will begin to help you understand where it is you're out of alignment and how you can bring yourself into complete and total balance. Because a balanced life is a life where you can begin to manifest your greatest self. The link to the personal profile, if you want more information, is in the description. Strategy four is self expansion, looking at broader horizons, or basically stepping out of your comfort zone. I remember there was a point in my life where I had my dream job, I had a great apartment, I had friends, I was in recovery, but something felt like it was missing. I didn't know at the time, but I was yearning to create a bigger life, a greater sense of who I was. I was introduced to a transformational workshop through a company called Landmark Education. In that workshop, I learned how I could live a life of possibility. After the workshop, I started manifesting a greater sense of myself. When we want to manifest our greatest self, we have to expand. Expansion can be scary because it causes us to step out of what we're familiar with into the unknown. But remember that definition of fear, false evidence appearing real. I put a link in the description to Landmark Education. Strategy 5 is self-exposure. When we align ourselves with other like-minded systems, we get new information, we get to share information, but we get the support that we need to move forward as we manifest our greatest self. 35 years ago, I connected with a group of like-minded women in recovery. We've been able to move forward inside of the supporting of each other. If you would like to be a part of a larger group of sisters that you could find support and you could also give support, there's a link to my website. Just drop me your email and I will send you an invitation to a new group that I'm going to be starting soon, the Original Queens Mastermind Support Group. This is an online community that's safe and sacred. You'll be able to come together with other like-minded sisters and move forward on your life's journey. So those are the 5 strategies that I wanted to share with you today. I also want to share with you that before you can manifest your greatest self, you have to identify what you think your greatest self is. I suggest that you create a personal mission statement. Every corporation, every business, it has a mission statement, but not many of us have our own personal mission statement. My mission statement is, I am a conduit for spirit, the inlet and the outlet for good. Anything I do is in alignment with that mission statement. I invite you to create a mission statement that states who you are today. As we expand and grow, it's always great to get new information. There is a streaming channel called Gaia. You will be able to find whatever subject you want more information on as you grow and expand in your life. There is also a practice called tapping. It's a revolutionary system to live a stress-free life. One of the major challenges that many of us have, me included, is procrastination. I'll do it tomorrow, but today is the best time to do whatever it is we want to do. Manifesting our greatest self, sometimes we have to begin with baby steps. I invite you to pick up a copy of the journal, the Uncrowned Queen's Appreciation Journal, so that just every day you could write down just 5 things you appreciate about yourself. That's a step towards manifesting your greatest self. Another thing many of us don't do is we don't drink enough water. And when you don't have enough water, you can be tired. The brain fog you're experiencing is because you haven't been drinking enough water. There is an app you can put on your phone called Drink Water, and it will alert you to drink water. That's so important, and it's so simple. Drinking water give you more energy, clear up your mind, help you feel better. If you believe at this point still need some support, I am available. The world needs your gift. Manifest your greatest self where you are right now. It doesn't matter what age you are, you can begin to manifest a greater self right here and right now today. I want to thank you for joining me today for episode 5. And if you haven't checked out the earlier episodes, 1 through 4, please do. And like I always ask you to do, send this video out to your friends. We are creating a powerful community of original queens. I invite you to join us. Blessings.